Hello, welcome back, everybody.
Back.
This is Alyssa,
This is Marlene.
and this is another episode
Of
What's Your Favorite Scary Story? I couldn't breathe. I did that all in one breath.
Welcome back to your favorite podcast, the most beautiful podcast in the world, listened by the most beautiful people
in
of
the
the
world.
universe.
Oh, the
In
universe?
The universe. There's
Wow.
no one more beautiful
Wow.
in existence
Then our listeners.
than our listeners. So thank you very much for listening.
Good job, you guys. Dang. Very impressive.
Crazy week, packed week. Nothing super interesting, just a regular degular.
Oh, my mom and I went to Gatlinburg.
Oh yeah, that happened.
That did happen. It was pretty cool. I learned a lot more stuff that I didn't know. I'm not going to share it all because the guy that did our ghost tour literally spent 2 years doing research and talking with people, like researching Gatlinburg. So he was like, I told him about our podcast, and he was like, "Now, don't be like giving this information away for free. Like, I put like time and effort and money into this, you know." And I was like, no, of course. But I would definitely do some deep diving research on Radford Gatlin if I was you guys.
Is this a person or is this?
Yeah, remember you learned this last week.
Yes.
He was who Gatlinburg was named after, but he was not a good dude, and I learned that he was like really, really not a good dude.
Yeah, I'm just clarifying for people who possibly didn't listen to last week's episode.
That's a good point. That's
they
a good
probably
point.
didn't have time, weren't interested, whichever it is. I sure hope it's because you didn't have time.
And not the latter. But no, it's there's a lot of crazy history in that town for sure. It was a cool tour. It was a long tour, you guys.
It sounded like you had a good time.
I did. It was just 4 hours long, and it was windy, and I had to pee. But I loved everything that I learned from it. It was really cool, and he was taking pictures throughout the tour, and I'm one to be very skeptical of orbs in pictures.
No, I get that.
These are pretty convincing. I haven't shown you yet, but I'll have to show you. There's one that's huge, and it's whooshing through the shot. It's cool.
I'd have to see it. Yeah. I'm also very skeptical on
me too.
orbs
but
and
these,
stuff like that.
I've seen a lot of orbs and stuff, and these do not look like anything I've seen in pictures before.
The convincing things have to be stuff that
you
things that you
experience.
things you can actually make out in a photo,
right?
Not
right
orbs kind of thing, you know.
Yeah. This one was pretty big. Not gonna lie.
The fact that you haven't even showed me.
Yeah, I mean, I've been working all week and weekend. But I'll show you. And I'll show you guys, too. We still have to freaking upload our stuff from
I keep telling you,
Pittsburgh.
You have to remind me because I'm not going to remember. I'm going to forget to remember.
I remember, when I'm at work. And a lot of good that does.
Yeah.
But yeah, we will be better about uploading stuff on Instagram to share with you guys. Because here and there, we're doing some spooky stuff again. And I like it. I missed it, so.
Yeah. Heck yeah.
Anything else before we slide into your fact?
No, I feel like we're kind of pretty much updated. Conjuring is the same. Okay. I think the court date's coming up. I think I said that last week, but I'm pretty sure court date is coming up. Ghost Adventures guy filed for divorce. I'm pretty sure I mentioned that last week. Nothing quite interesting yet. We're still all just kind of waiting on things to unravel, if you will.
Oh, I will.
But besides that, nothing. Just busy. We've just been busy bees and
working and stuff.
Working, being adults, and having responsibilities.
Lamer.
It's so cute. We have this little kid
that's a cute thing to share.
This kid walks around our neighborhood and is basically doing chores for cash. And one of my biggest annoying chores right now is picking up dog poop. So he comes knocking at our door last week And he's like, hey, just wondering if you have like anything I can do around the house to make like a quick buck. And I was like, actually, I do. Have you picked up dog poop? And he was like, I just did that for your neighbor. I was like, perfect, you're experienced. I was like, I have a dog. She poops a lot. You can pick that up. I'll pay you. And then, so we just got to talking for a while. And he did the job. He brought his friend this week. Mm-hmm. And he gave his money to his friend instead. I was like, so dude, how are you going to buy your stuff if you're giving out your money, you know? But I think he's just trying to just share the wealth. Equal, you know? Yeah. Just be equal. And
very kind.
He's a very kind kid, and he took care of our Amazon packages. Even though we've luckily never had a problem with getting our stuff stolen, he like hid it for us. And I mean, obviously we have cameras, so like we saw that he hid them, and he's just a really sweet kid.
He like came up to the porch and like looked into the Ring camera and was like, if y'all can hear this, I'm gonna just put your packages over here and hide them, okay?
He's just so sweet, and yeah, he's just like hooking up his friend, and I get it. And then he's just trying to raise money to get an electric scooter, but just a really sweet experience. So now basically, you know, if you donate to this podcast, obviously we're, you know, supporting this kid. So if you want to help us get him an
electric scooter,
feel free to donate, because this kid's literally trying to do anything. He saw my aluminum cans, and he was like, whoa, what's up with these? And I was like, if you can find a place where I can recycle them, the money is yours. And he literally freaking found a place. He called the place.
Yeah. My mom's lived here for like 6 years, and she's never been able to find anywhere to get money for it.
He literally called a place and was like, hi, do you take cash for cans? And the lady was like, yeah. And I was like, what is going on? Found a place. I respect the hustle. So if I guess this is just me being, you know, I feel like I'm like a godmother to this child, being a mentor, you know? Yeah. So
he'll remember you when he gets older, and he'll remember all the people around here that didn't help him out.
Yeah, no, 100%. He's gonna be like, I remember Craig opened up the door for me to use his bathroom. But shout out Craig though, dude. Yeah. But even though I walked in on him in his house.
Well, there's a story to that.
There's a story. I was supposed to cat sit for them, and Craig didn't tell us that he stayed.
He ended up staying the weekend, so we were relieved of our duties.
Yeah, and I walked in, and he was at home. And I was like, I'm actually glad you're at least decent.
Yeah, for real. It could have been real bad.
Yeah, I was like, dude, you need to tell us that you're home. What the heck? And he hugged me because he thought it was a little kid. He's like, I thought it was a little kid walking in. He's like, you freaking scared me, dude. I was like, it's fine. Just let me know you're home next time.
It's so funny.
Yo, shout out, dude. But anyway, I have a urban legend.
Ooh.
And an interesting urban legend. Right. I found this urban...
Let's hear it.
Not so fun facts with marbles. Okay, so I found this urban legend, and it's kind of interesting because it's not about anything you'd necessarily know about.
Try me.
Anyone would know about, probably anyone listening. Maybe one person listening would know about this. But this is This is mostly centered around my, I guess, the industry I work in.
Okay.
If anyone doesn't know, I work in technically like the printing world, in a sense, which is so much fun. It's so much fun, and it's more interesting and more fun because we're technically now living in like the city where like printing basically boomed. Mm-hmm. This is like capital printing, like back in like the
time when printing boomed.
Yeah, when printing boomed, Nashville was a city, so it's kind of cool, going back to printing roots and just being a fucking nerd.
That's my wife.
And so I found this urban legend on the Noctuprint W13. It's the Eidolon series. And the Noctuprint systems, basically, the brochure says, we believe the boundaries of perception are meant to be surpassed. With the W13 series, we invite you to enter a new dimension of wide format printing, where vision meets memory and paper becomes portal. So basically, for those people that, for if you don't know what wide format printing is, it's basically printing to the max, right? It's it's what happens when you get super ambitious and you end up printing a 60-inch wide what's it called? MLB format? What's it called? MLB is Major League Baseball. It is. It's MLS.
Oh my god!
Is it MLS format?
Pause, everybody. What the fuck? MLA. Oh my god.
MLA. Okay.
There's only 24 other letters it could have been.
So basically, if you accidentally print your MLA format paper for college on a 60-inch wide piece of paper, except with this big ass piece of paper, you can wrap a whole vehicle.
Yeah.
Or a wall. Yeah. So basically, it's printing on steroids. And basically, just billboards, banners, full vehicle wraps, we can do. We'll do it for you. Hire me. I will also do graphic works for you.
She'll do things on the side.
So these machines are basically huge. They cost a fortune. The ink costs a fortune. So if you mess up
you're
job,
fired.
You're basically wasting $80 worth of material, easily $80 worth of material, and probably also giving up your soul to the print industry. I mean, it's just a little mark on your, on
your resume.
On your resume. And anyway, so this story, this urban legend, is on the Noctuprint system printer W-13.
Of course, it's 13.
Basically, deep in the basement of an old print shop on the outskirts of Nashville, there's a wide format printer known as Model W-13, though the staff nicknamed it the Whaler. So according to the shop lore, it was installed in 1987 after being purchased secondhand, and no one really knew where it came from. Its surface was scratched, and one of the access panels was welded shut. The manual was missing, although it printed fine at first. Then came the noises. So late night workers began hearing a high-pitched whine coming from the machine. Something between a sob and a static interference.
Are you sure it wasn't Marnie?
It was probably Marnie.
Our dog.
Some said it was just the rollers, but the rollers helped push the vinyl in through the printer. Others swore it sounded human. One apprentice, Marcy, not Marnie, Marcy claimed that every time she stood near it, it felt like someone was just whispering behind her ear.
What?
Behind her left shoulder. And the most infamous incident happened in 2003 when a technician stayed late to finish a giant vinyl wrap job. The next morning, they found the printer still running, but the file had changed. The file print was 12 feet wide and covered in distorted grayscale faces. Dozens of them, all screaming.
Pictures of faces?
Pictures of faces,
What?
all screaming throughout the print.
What?
So no one knows where the file came from, but the tech quit the next day, and no one's heard from him since, basically.
He never said anything about what happened?
He just fucking dipped, dude.
Damn.
As soon as he saw it, he just dipped.
That's all the souls trapped in the printer.
So eventually the shop closed, but rumor has it that the printer was sold again, back into circulation. So just like airplane parts, sometimes sometimes these printer parts are resold to get other printers working.
You could be working with one of those pieces.
Just like elevator parts just become resold whenever they get shut down kind of thing. So, it's just like if you're ever in a print studio or a print shop and you hear a soft whimper. And
you work alone a lot of the time, too.
I work alone most of the time. So if you hear soft whimper in the corner, it's best to just turn off the printer, bro.
Just quit, really.
Just walk out of there. Just be like, I'll be back tomorrow when everyone's...
and then you just never go back ever
again. So I always joke about, like, the fumes of these things, but a part of me feels like the fumes really do have, like, an impact on just, like, the corner of your eye kind of thing. Because like in the last shop I worked at, it didn't really have like the correct ventilation, I guess you can say. And I would see a lot more corner of my eye thing, and just more things where it's like I literally just saw someone there kind of thing. Like I could have sworn my boss walked up and I turned around and they weren't there. And then so, it's also kind of things where it's known that these, like the lack of ventilation and these wide format printers make people kind of sort of hallucinate. They get dizzy. They think they see things, that kind of stuff like that. And like the more I work in these things, like the more that kind of happens. And if you work in this, you completely agree with me because you've seen them too. Like it's just the corner of the eye kind of thing. And apparently these wide format printers and the ink and like the fumes just, it's reported that these things happened. And so I mean it's not it's not something that's really even professional. I mean, we don't really know the effects on these printers on us yet, It's
not like studied.
Yeah, it's pretty new so far. So
okay, but even if that is like what people were experiencing, how do you explain the faces printed?
I don't know.
That's crazy.
No, I don't know. But I don't know, like it just is, it's all just up for discussion, and it's all just like I don't know.
That's cool. That's a good one, babe.
I feel like I've never, ever, ever worked in a shop that's not haunted, or it's not, like there's always a story to every shop I've ever worked in.
Of course.
And somehow they all seem to have those toxic fumes in them. But, so just, if your printer ever starts to
talk to you,
to hiss, to show faces, just
could be a not to model 13.
Yeah. Just hit cancel. You can restart it the next day.
Just turn it off and back on.
Just turn it off. Just walk away. Tell your boss, hey, you know what? I think the printer was acting up. I'll just come back tomorrow and just restart it. And don't stay. You don't have to stay. And just look over your shoulder.
Always. Constantly just be going like...
Yeah, that's why Alyssa never prints her stories that she writes.
Right.
Yeah.
They're all handwritten.
For that.
I don't need to be affected by those fumes.
Yeah, no, you don't need that.
Thank you for your fact. It was lovely.
Thank you.
And I appreciate it.
Thanks. Another thing, I burned my skin off today. So.
You did do that. Speaking of work.
Yes. I burnt my skin off today. So be very nice today to us.
Because she's ill.
I am ill. I'm injured.
You're injured.
I'm injured. So please be nice and
give her all the sympathy.
Yes, thank you. Okay, we're good.
We're good? That's it? Time for my story?
Yes, ma'am.
Cool. Okay, so this week we are talking about a cryptid.
Oh.
Yes, and this cryptid was suggested by Stephanie from California.
Yeah.
Thank you, Stephanie.
I think I know who it is.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
And Stephanie suggested that we talk about the squonk.
Why does this sound familiar?
I think this might have been one of the episodes you listened in on the podcast that I listened to. We were like road tripping somewhere. I'm not sure though, but you let me know once we get into the story.
Okay.
So the squonk is known as Pennsylvania's saddest mythical creature.
Okay, I think I know what it is.
They supposedly live in the hemlock forests near the Pocono Mountains.
The Poconos.
The Poconos. The Poca-butt. So
I mentioned it because the Jersey Shore cast goes to the Poconos.
They do. They do go there.
It's not because it sounds like Poconos.
That's what I heard.
You just, oh God, I love you.
Just let me.
I am.
Okay, I love you.
I just wanted to make sure that you knew that.
Okay, so the squonks, they are shy, warty creatures that cry constantly about their ugly appearance.
Nah, dude, what the heck? What is this?
The squonk.
Nah, bro.
Yes.
What the heck?
Just listen. It's your job.
Oh, Lord. It had the potential of being something creepy, something, the squonk.
You know what? Sometimes you can't tell me that squonk doesn't sound like a sad creature. The squonk.
Doesn't. Nah, dude. If you say it like that, sure, but the squonk sounds like.
Trust me, if you see it, you would be like, okay, yeah, that's a squonk.
I can already picture it, and I'm pretty sure my imagination is pretty accurate.
Probably.
And what the squonk looks like.
So yeah, they're shy.
So
they're
do the
warty.
squonk.
They cry.
So do the squonk.
Constantly.
And
About
do the squonk.
their ugly appearance.
And do the squonk. That's what it reminds me of.
Got it. Legend even says that you can find them by following their trail of tears.
Oh my gosh, dude, What is this? Yo, Stephanie, what the
Just
fuck,
let it happen.
Oh my god.
We're all here to have a good time, okay? And this story is a good time. Just enjoy it.
Yeah, Stephanie, you could have asked for anything else. And you asked for the squonk with the trail of tears.
The squonk deserves its story told.
Alright, I apologize. Thank you, squonk.
Thank you, Stephanie.
Thank you,
Squonk.
Squonkany.
Squonkany.
Okay,
Sorry, you just got a new nickname. Okay, so you'll know that you have found a squonk if you see a beast-like creature with saggy skin,
nah, dude,
warts,
what is this?
moles, and webbed feet.
But it's depressed as fuck.
Yeah, because it's ugly as fuck.
Oh my gosh.
So the squonk actually started as a lumberjack folklore in the early 1900s. They first appeared in William Thomas Cox's book, Fearsome Creatures of the Lumber Woods. Shut up.
William Cox?
You're 12 years old?
Like a Willie? Willie Cox. That must have sucked growing up as him, dude.
He grew up in the early 1900s, so people probably didn't suck then.
Probably, though,
So his book, he wrote it in 1910, and then in 1939, Henry D. Tyron published the book Fearsome Critters, which hypothesized that squonks once lived in the high plains, but migrated to the swampy countryside.
Henry D.?
I was literally thinking, I was like, okay, she can't say anything about this guy's name. Why did I include his middle initial?
And his squonk? Okay. Okay. That's it. I just had to get it all out.
Mm-hmm. So, just some facts about the squonk. It's, according to, I think this is in Henry's book. Actually, hey Marnie, you good, girl? This actually might be in Willie Cox's book, but I'm not sure. But apparently the squonk's scientific name is Lacrima corpus dissolvens.
I think that's a spell that killed Voldemort.
No, it's Latin, actually.
Ah, yes.
Yes.
Yes. Latin, not Harry.
Right. So it is, that term is Latin for tear, body, and dissolve.
You sure it's not tear?
No, because he cries all the time.
Tear body?
No. That's wrong.
I made you think about it, though, huh?
You did, but then I analytically analyzed it. And,
analyzed it?
Yes, and then I was like, nope, it is tear.
It could be tear, though.
I don't think so, actually.
They're spelled the same.
Yeah, but if you used critical thinking and realized that this creature cries all the time, you would know that it would be tear and not tear.
Yeah, but it's probably tearing up his heart when I'm with you. And when we are apart, I feel it too.
All right,
And
I'm gonna let her do her thing. I'll be back next week.
I feel the pain.
Yeah, you guys.
Without you.
This is what I live with.
Boom, 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 boom. Boom, 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 boom. Okay, sorry.
You were done. I thought you got it all out. According to the man that wrote the first book, the squonk is a very unhappy creature with a low mental ability that always weeps over its ugly appearance, as we know. The author of the second book said the squonk had webbing between the toes of just 1 foot on its left side, causing it to swim in circles forever.
Yo, this animal just freaking sucks, dude.
It's a cryptid.
Yo, this cryptid sucks.
Like, he knows. That's why he's always crying.
Yeah, I guess so.
That second author also said that fossil bones were dredged from the bottom of lakes, revealing that thousands of squonks died of starvation because they couldn't get back to the shore because they were swimming in circles and circles.
Oh, I know what the swanks are. What the squonks are. Yeah.
Good.
Yeah, I've seen yes, I know.
Nice.
I know.
In 2015, Hal Johnson did a retelling of Tyron's book, and in it he said that the squonk is a kind of pig with warts, cauliflower ears, covered in waxen hair, and yellow crooked tusks.
What the hell?
Oh.
That's weird.
So the squonk only travels at twilight and dusk. On clear moonlit nights, it moves slowly or will lie completely still in its den to avoid catching a glimpse of its ugly appearance in illuminated bodies of water.
That's kind of sad, actually.
It's so sad. This poor thing. It's so miserable. I get it.
Wait, okay, so, I mean, does it have, like, the ability to feel?
I guess
things?
so.
Okay, so what's its purpose then? Like, what does it do?
I don't know.
So why does it exist?
I don't know. I wish I knew. Poor thing.
So what eats it?
I mean, why does everything have to be prey?
I mean, it sounds like a prey to me.
Probably.
So what would eat it?
I don't know.
And why does it exist? And
I don't know.
Like,
I don't
why
have
is there a story about
these
it?
Answers.
Like,
It's
why
a
is
cryptid.
why is it
Let
so
it
sad?
happen. Just let it happen.
You know, but if it has like an animalistic like appearance, it obviously has feelings, that it's just a sad thing all the time.
Mm-hmm. I mean, speaking of, it is said that the squonk often cries itself to sleep.
What the fuck is this?
I don't know how
dude?
we know that.
Exactly. Like, how do we know this?
It's a cryptid. It's for fun, okay?
Oh, so
You have to question everything.
I mean, you do.
Sometimes, yeah.
Jeez.
You're so upset about it,
yes,
though.
you question everything.
I do.
And then all of a sudden I question your stuff and you're like...
Okay. You're right.
Oh,
You're right.
You're right. Okay, you're right.
No, you are. I love you.
Yeah.
You guys, she hates me.
Just right now.
Oh, okay, that's fine. All right, we're gonna finish up so then we can go back to her loving me. So some people believe that the squonk reproduces through binary fission, meaning its body splits itself into 2 new bodies.
No, dude, what is this? Okay, oh my god. Okay, you have to. Okay, I'm gonna ask you a serious question.
Okay.
So when you were researching this,
yes.
When you were researching this, were you like, "Oh wow, this is so interesting"? Is this what you were thinking? I would love to know your thought process.
I mean, TBH, I like have already known about the squonk, and I kind of knew it was like a silly thing, but still beloved. But like obviously less realistic than like Bigfoot.
Okay, so you knew coming into today's story that you were most likely talking about some.
Jesus Christ, the cat's broke something again. I don't want to know.
It's the squonk.
It's the squonk. He's here. Let's let him just have his fun. He doesn't have much in life.
I mean, he's depressed most of the time, obviously. Relatable.
I get it, bro.
Yeah,
you do what you need to do down there.
100%, dude. But did you come into this? Did you?
Whoa.
What?
I don't know.
Did you approach this, writing the story? Thinking like, wow, this is very much valuable information. Wow,
I told you, like...
Okay, but, what percent of you thought,
I knew it was just,
like...
gonna be a fun story, and it was interesting just to learn this information, even though, obviously, it's not, like, really real.
It's not real.
No, it's fun.
We're, like, analyzing... We're, like, talking about the squonk, like, we know more about this than, like, the emperor penguin. We know every part of its emotions, and we know like all these things about it. Like
I know, I feel like
about a cryptid.
we've come across like the squonk's therapist or something, and he's just revealing it all.
So he had 2 divorces.
Oh. Yeah. Speaking of, this is like a species. There's like thousands of them.
No,
it's not just like a guy.
Yo, dude,
it's like a whole. They're all just so depressed. Every one of them.
I mean, relatable though, like it is what it is.
This is like probably the most relatable cryptid, honestly.
I don't know about the ugly part though.
Well, like the sad part. I don't think
we're ugly, but
the sad part.
The sad part, 100%.
Yeah, just wanting to be alone. Get it too. I get that, bro.
I get it, dude. Yeah. Anyway, let's wrap this bitch up.
Binary fission. That's how there's
non-binary.
I mean, yeah, I have been referring to him as he. I don't know.
Yeah,
I don't know their life.
Yeah, dude. Like, no labels here. We're all just human,
We're all just under the same rainbow.
We're all just it, or just existing.
Same. Okay, the squonk.
So do the squonk. We are the squonks.
We are the squonks.
He scares the children.
You say wrap this up, babe, but you just keep clapping back, and then I clap back, and we're just clapping. Now, okay, if you guys want to do some cryptid hunting and want to try and capture a squonk,
like The Hunted,
here are some things to keep in mind. Stop.
Okay.
Okay, so if you want to capture a squonk, you need to remember to listen for its low-toned weeping. You need to look for its trail of tears that it's likely left behind.
So it's clearly going from east to west across America.
Okay. Sure.
The Trail of Tears?
Stop. Some say that you might say. I literally can't get through a sentence, you guys. I love you. That would be Marnie. She's like, well, you guys won't shut up over there. You might as well scratch behind my ears. I keep trying to sleep. But oh, yes. Her mouth does kind of look like it's smiling a little bit.
She's always smiling.
That's my girl.
That's the Marnie girl.
The Marnie girly girl. Hi. Hello. Good morning. Oh, the big yawn. Oh, that was a little yawn, actually.
Okay, go.
Focus. So, some say you might be more successful trying to capture a squonk if you look on a cold night when the squonks don't move around as much and their tears are shed more slowly. I don't know why that would help you, but that's what they say.
It sheds more slowly.
If you are lucky enough to find a squonk, you may want to keep your distance and just capture it on film because squonks are said to... I don't want to say it.
Do they pee on you?
They're said to dissolve completely into a pool of tears when surprised or frightened.
No, bro. What is this? Oh, my gosh.
Oh, I'm so sorry. One cryptid hunter named J.P. Whitling...
Named Hunter. The hunted.
He reportedly mimicked the weeping of a squonk, just like that, and was able to capture it in a bag. As he was carrying it home, the bag got a lot lighter all of a sudden. So he
just his tears.
He looked inside, and all that was left was a pool of tears and bubbles.
Oh my gosh! Nah, dude.
So, most likely, most of you have never heard of the squonk before. I mean, it's definitely no Mothman.
I wonder why.
But it's definitely had its day in the spotlight. Okay. Every August, Johnstown, Pennsylvania hosts Squonkapalooza, which is an all-ages festival that celebrates the squonk, along with other creatures of Appalachian folklore and cryptozoology.
Is it Appalachian?
It's Appalachian, according to an Appalachian person that I met in Gatlinburg.
Oh, no way.
Well, I mean, it was my tour guide, but he grew up there his whole life.
Was he white?
Yes. What does that mean?
Well, if it comes from a native, then it is different.
Well, yeah, I guess. Okay. So I guess, people that have grown up there the past, couple decades, they say Appalachia. But I don't know, the exact, for sure, correct pronunciation.
Okay, no. That could be correct.
Yeah.
Appalachia?
Yeah.
Not
if
Appalachia.
You guys have grown up there, or
please let us
know.
know.
For reals, I literally don't know, and I'm admitting that.
And I'm just more of a, we grew up in the valley, dude. Mm-hmm. It's full of natives, and even Pacoima, the city I grew up in, is pronounced differently. I just grew up calling it Pacoima, but the Tatavian tribe there calls it from its actual name.
I didn't know that.
Yes, and
that's
so
cool.
If you're native to the Americas and you know exactly how to pronounce Appalachia, I'd appreciate it.
Yeah, we'll take all the insight. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
So there's also a performing artist group that goes to this festival.
What did you say?
Vestibule.
If you go to this vegetable.
Yeah, so there's a performing artist group that attends the festival called Squonk Opera.
Nah, dude, what?
I like this. The festival's mission is to turn frowns upside down.
Okay.
I love it because the squonk is so sad.
Oh, yeah.
Right?
No, you're right.
It's
you're
good.
right.
It's good.
Yeah,
it's good.
It is good.
Good vibes, everybody.
It is. Yeah, it sounds like your kind of festival.
Yeah. So the squonk doesn't just get a festival. It also has made it into the media. The song Any Major Dude Will Tell You by Steely Dan contains the line, "Have you seen a squonk's tears? Well, look at mine." And the band Genesis has an entire song called Squonk.
So do the squonk.
That's the one. Supposedly, that song seems to follow J.P. Wentling as he tries to catch the squonk.
J.G. Wentworth. What's it called?
Wentworth.
J.G. Wentworth.
877 cash now. 877 squonk now.
877 squonk now.
The squonk also appears in the video game Final Fantasy XIV. That's why I was asking you about Roman numerals the other day. I was like, do you know what these Roman numerals are? I have to say the right number. But yeah, it's in the Final Fantasy XIV. And in a cryptozoology-themed collectible card game called MetaZoo.
Huh.
And lastly, the squonk shows up in the story Paul Bunyan and His Great Blue Ox. In the book, one of the loggers hears wailing in the woods, mimics its cry, and catches a squonk in his bag.
I can't catch it.
But when he opened the bag, there was nothing inside except salt water and bubbles.
I think we went to the beach.
I think it was just a sand crab.
I think it was just a sand crab in the ocean.
In this story, the squonk is described as having red eyes, a long comical nose, and ill-fitting, warty skin.
Oh.
And that was the legend of the squonk.
Yo, give it up for the squonk,
All
dude.
for him or her or them, buddy.
They, them.
They
Them.
All the squonks.
Yo, we're
Squonks.
non-binary here.
But yeah, that's the squonk, and I love them.
Actually, I grew some respect for the squonk.
Thank you.
Yeah,
Thank
I'm sorry I knocked it.
It's okay.
For a couple minutes there.
And it's all for 43 minutes and 7 seconds.
For 43 minutes and 7 seconds so far. Because we're recording, it's going to be shorter when you're listening to it.
Yeah.
But yes, agreed.
Yes.
I'm sorry.
It's okay.
I apologize, Binks. I apologize, Marnie. I apologize, the neighborhood. I apologize, my wife.
Arlo doesn't get shit because he ain't here anymore.
Yo, he also doesn't care.
He doesn't
honestly.
give a shit.
He doesn't give a fuck.
He's like, you Apollo, what? But yeah,
he's like, what? Square up, dude. Square up.
You said what to me?
He like stands up on his hind legs, like in a cowboy stance, and he's like, "You forgot my treats today."
But yeah, I thought that was a fun story. I like to keep things light in between the heavier stories. So thank you, Stephanie.
Yes,
thank you, anyone who wants to send in funny little silly ideas, because that was very echoey.
That was echoey.
Because it keeps this podcast not so depressing.
Like,
you know,
the squonk.
even though the squonk's real depressed.
Yeah, but that's fine. If you have any more suggestions, personal stories, anything you'd like to share, if your therapist didn't pick up this week, you can email us at whatsyourfavoritescarystory@gmail.com, or
you can send us a message on Instagram at What's Your Favorite Scary Story.
Or you can give us a call at 1-800-709-8292. And don't call that number, because I don't know what that number is.
Or do, and let us know what happens.
Well, it used to be the number to the commercial for Floam.
I knew that's what you were going to say.
Yeah, it was the Floam commercial.
She knows the whole Floam commercial, by the way.
Floam, it's funny, you can feel. I'm not going to say it all. You got to give me $100 for me to say it.
That's for special listeners only.
Yeah, if you need a bedtime story or the Floam commercial, you can give me a call at 1-800-709-8292.
But that is all for us and for you guys for this week. And
yo, you know what? Let's collectively ask for a better week next week.
Yes.
I feel like it's just been very stressful.
Universe, good things next week.
Good things
please.
for everyone, for us, for everyone listening. Just good things. We wish you all the best things, the easiest week. All good fortune and best wishes
to you and yours.
The best breakfast, lunch, and dinner.
The best coffees.
Yeah, the best Red Bulls, the best Red Bull vodkas, the best nice cold icy beers. You know, just all the good things, dude. So
yeah, you guys deserve it. We deserve it. And we love you.
Yes, and thank you for listening. We appreciate your support. We see you. We hear you. Even though you come with crazy suggestions like the squonk, we're still happy to share. So thank you for listening, and thank you for supporting us. Thank you for everything. Thank you.
Thank you for being
we
you.
Love you.
Have a great week. Be yourself and stay spooky!
Spooky. Thanks.